everybody, it's Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. For some of you guys, let's see here, it is 6:56, so it's almost 7 o'clock. So that means Central Time, it's almost 9 o'clock. And then Eastern Time is almost 10 o'clock. So we are on the last day of 2021. And some of you guys thought that you wouldn't make it. And look at here, look at here. Like Sinead said, look at here, look at here. You know, you guys made it. It is at the end, the last day of 2021. And you guys have made it. You guys, you're ending it strong. I know it's been painful. I know for some of you guys, you know, this is the first time you've ever been alone. This is the first time ever being away from the narcissist. But you guys made it. You made it. You're all intact. Yes, you got some work to do. Yes, you got some therapy you need to get. Yes, you might need some coaching. Yes, you're going to need some assistance. But look at you. You still made it. You made it. 2021. Today, the last day. I don't know when you're going to get this. For some of you guys, you're already in your 2022. But let me just leave you with some thoughts. I was reading this post on Instagram by Stand Up Survivor. You guys go check out Stand Up Survivor. Awesome lady that runs that group. But go look at Instagram or look at Facebook. I think it is Stand Up Survivor. Go check it out. And she posted a post, which I said, you know what? I need to repost it. I wasn't able to, repost it on Instagram, but I was able to repost it on my Facebook. And basically, in a nutshell, what it says is when a narcissist tries to hoover you back, everything that you wanted them to do is everything they do when they try to hoover you back. So for those of you wondering, like I keep having to tell them they don't understand me. And I keep telling them I don't like this or I like this. And why won't you do this with me? Or why won't you do this? That lets you know that they're very intentional with what they do. They know exactly what they're doing. They're very intentional. And when you tell them, why won't you do this? And I like this. And why don't you do this? And you complain all the time. Really what you're doing is, remember, they think opposite than we do. What you're really doing is you're letting them know this hurts me. This hurts me. This hurts me. So you're giving them ammunition. They're understanding that this right here hurts you. So the more that I do it, and I mean, the more that I don't do this, or the more that I do this right here, the more it's going to hurt you. Remember, a narcissist will find the thing that is closest to your heart or the thing that hurts you the most, whether it's your kids, whether it's your animals, whether it's your finances, whatever it may be. And that is what they'll use against you to hurt you. Remember, when we're going into 2022, I want you guys to remember a few things, especially those of you that are going through court cases where you're having to apply for or you're going to file for no contact orders. For some people, it's no contact, protection orders, domestic violence protection orders, you know, whatever it's called in the state of the country that you're in. Remember this one thing. Or remember these few things. You know, a narcissist will say and do whatever you want to hear and say, I'm just tired. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I had a long week. But they're going to say and do whatever it is or whatever it'll take for you to change your mind. If you are going, that's why no contact is so important. If you are going to file a domestic violence protection order or domestic violence, no contact order, whatever it is, protection order, whatever it is, you know, don't let them sweet talk you, because most people get sweet talked out of the protection order. And whatever it is that you're trying to do, protection order, custody, whatever, they will do it to you. They follow your lead. So they'll do what it is to you. Everything that you tried to do. Then what they do is you have to keep records. Don't ever let your right hand know what your left hand know what your left hand is doing. Don't ever let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Stop talking so much when it comes to what you're going to do. And this is why I'm going to do this. And I'm going to take you to court. And I'm going to take the kids. And I'm going to file child support. You talk too much. That is, you don't tell them everything you're going to do. Response, not reaction. You're already angry. You don't talk about what you're going to do, because everything that you do, they follow your lead, and they're going to do exactly what it is that you're going to do, whether it's calling CPS on you, but you keep records. And I'm telling you guys, when you get these no contact orders, oh my goodness, these protection orders, I had a long week, you guys. I'm so sorry. But these protection orders, do not renege. Do not drop them, because I promise you this one thing. They will use it against you. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, they're going to do. Whatever you fail to do, they're going to do. Anything they have, if they're hoovering you, if all of a sudden they're being nice to you, they're buying you coffee, they buy you gifts, there's an ulterior, not ulterior, ulterior, there we go, ulterior motive to what they're doing. They're very, very particular, very, very meticulous, very, very, very strategic. They're very, very intentional with what they're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into 2022. Remember, they're very intentional. There is no just because I'm just trying to make it right. I'm just trying to be your friend. You know, we need to let bygones be bygones. You can forgive someone and never have contact. I talk to people all the time that have been through sexual assault, have been molested, you know, and for those, you know, I can never forgive. And I have to explain to them, forgiveness is not about the perpetrator. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself. I know many of you guys will argue with me about it, but that's okay. I'll come back on and talk about it at another time. But forgiveness is to free you up. It's so that you're holding grudges and you're getting ulcers because of the fact that you're hating this person so much. When you forgive someone, that does not mean you have to go back and come back together as friends, come back together as family. You don't have to go back and rekindle that relationship. To forgive someone is to cut the strings between you and that person, to cut the ties between you and that person. Because as much as I remember hating this one individual because they had really hurt me. I was in the military, I really hurt them, and I was angry. And I remember I hated every car that was the color of that car, everyone that looked similar to that individual. You know, I was bitter. I was always on guard. Like, I hope this person doesn't show up here and we don't run into each other. Well, after years in the military is not as big as you think it is. They ended up showing up. And I remember driving one day and I looked over and I said, I know this person is not here on this installation. Out of all the installations in this world, I know that they're not here. Then I happened to be in the food court. This is, you know, those of you that are military, you know, food court where food is at and post exchange and stuff like that where you go eat. And happened to be sitting down eating. I looked up and the individual walked by. I said, I cannot believe this. This person has ended up on this installation. And I was hot. Because the car that the person was driving, I even liked the car, but I didn't like it anymore. I didn't like the color. I don't like this particular color anymore. I can't believe it. I don't like these type of people. And I remember I was running one day with, you know, physical training, and I remember the person ran right by me. And I just looked at the person as they ran by. And I was so hot. Until one day I was sitting in my office. I said, I really need to I need to really forgive this person. And I'm not saying this is what you have to do. This is what I did. And in my mind, I was like, oh, they say the wrong thing, I'm gonna go find them, you know. But at the time, thank God, I was in the higher ranks in the military at the time, in those high, you know, senior ranks. You can't just act a fool like you want to. So that was a good thing, you know, that I had senior rank, and you can't just, they act a fool. You can't act a fool with them because you are entrusted with the lives of many, many soldiers. You are basically in a political position in the military, politics up there, you know. Then the rank that you hold, they're expecting you to have, you know, professional behavior and conduct. So that really, it saved me because I refused to make myself look like a fool. And I sent an email, found the email, sent an email. And what I said is that, you know, knowing you, knew you way back then, I want you to know that, you know, what you did really hurt me, you know, and I really hated you. I hated you. And what I would like to do is I would like to ask you for, you know, I would like to apologize. You know, I didn't say ask for forgiveness. I said I would like to apologize because it got to a point where my unforgiveness turned into hatred. And I said, please forgive me for hating you, for hurting me. But you did hurt me. And I waited. And the next day I came in and I saw the email. The person had responded. And I was, oh, my gosh, if this person says the wrong thing, I don't want to go off. This is not what I want to do. Then I feel stupid doing it, you know. And the email came in and the individual said, you know what? You're a bigger person than I am because I was the one who wronged you. And I would like to apologize. I have a lot of respect for you for doing that as well. And throughout life, the many years in life, it's never like I forgot what I did because life has taught me some lessons. And I would like to sincerely apologize to you. Do you know that when that happened, now I'm not saying this is going to happen with everybody. It does not happen with everybody. I'm not saying this is what you do. This is just something that I did. For some people, I had to just forgive them and let it go because if I didn't, I would keep turning it over in my head over and over again. And for some people, I just had to forgive. And you don't forgive and forget. Don't let anybody say forgive and forget. To forgive and forget means that you have amnesia. We do not have amnesia, because if I forget the incident, then I'm going to, it's likely to occur again. So I'll feel dumb for letting it happen again, because I should have forgave, but I didn't forget how it happened. So I'm not going to put myself in that position again, nor will you ever be that close to me ever again. And so for some of you guys, and I'm not saying this is you, this just happened to be me in one particular incident. And from that point forward, her and I never had a problem again. Bygones were bygones, and she was cool with me, but for some of you guys, you have to forgive. And when you forgive, that does not mean you have to recultivate the relationship. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So when we're going into 2022, I just want you guys to think, before you cross over into 2022, some of you guys are carrying heavy burdens, and when you forgive, a lot of times that forgiveness turns into bitterness, turns into hatred, turns into rage, but you have to think it's like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. That's not going to happen, because that bitterness, that anger, that rage is affecting you. And so just when you forgive someone, that does not mean you go back and recultivate that relationship. I don't have anything else to say to you. I'm going to forgive you because you were ignorant, and you were wrong. And I'm not going to hate you, and I'm not going to hate anybody, but I have nothing further to say to you. I have no desire to have a relationship with you, nor do I have a desire to talk to you. That's to include the narcissist, and right now, and for many of you guys, I've shared in many videos that I have. I was married for 20 years, together 22. I was married, and it took a while. It was a faith walk for me. Those of you guys know that I am a believer in Jesus, and I understand that everybody's not, and I respect that. But for me, it took a while. It was a faith walk. I kept having to say that I'm just going to walk by faith, and I'm going to forgive, and for me, those of you, you may have meditative lives, you may have, whatever it is that you do in your particular spirituality, your belief, whatever it is that you do, you meditate, whatever you do, for me, to pray and I did. And you know what? I'm going to keep speaking this, because, and it seems like the more you forgive, the more crazy stuff they do, and the more I forgave, the more crazy stuff happened, and every time I forgave, something else happened. And it really was a test of my faith, to see whether I can do this, and even today you may forgive. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, that is a narcissist. That's what they do. They offend. That's what they do. That is a part of the life of the narcissist. So it doesn't matter, to go no contact, to go gray rock will help you in your situation. But you have to just expect the fact that this is how these people are. This is a part of that disorder. This is the part of this dysfunction. And so to have to, every day is another day for you to have to forgive them for something else that they're probably going to do again. And that they're going to do, and it's going to tick you off. And you're going to be hot like a firecracker, hot, like the old folks say, hotter than fish grease. And you have to forgive again. For some of you guys, I'll never forgive. You know what? But the problem with that is that because you never forgive, they always have a piece of reality in your head. They're always living rent free in your head, because you're always turning it over and thinking it. And you're angry and you're bitter, and you're angry and you're bitter, and they still have control. And so to make sure that they no longer have control, I will not allow you to have control over me anymore. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to let that go. That does not mean it was right. That does not mean I agree with it. And that does not mean I have to have a relationship with you. That does not mean I even have to have a conversation with you. Now, for some of you guys, you may come across certain people and you're like, how you doing? All right. And they get the picture, and you're friendly, you're kind. A lot of people that I've forgiven, they don't even know that I had to forgive them, because I'm not going to choke you till you can't breathe, but they didn't even realize that I had to forgive them. I had to forgive them, and then I'm cordial. I don't mistreat them. And how you doing? I have nonchalant conversations. I guess that's the word. I don't know. Unproductive conversations, but it's up to you. But we're going to go into 2022. We got to clear our hearts over some things, and that's also the first process, the grief and loss process. That is the first process, because some of you guys already know they're going to offend. That's what they're going to do, and you prepare yourself. 2022, we're going in with a different mindset. We're going in, we're going to keep to our boundaries. We're going to stay within our boundaries. Boundaries are not for the people on the outside. Boundaries are for you. So when you put up boundaries, is to protect the assets inside the fence, not the outside of the fence. We don't care what's going on the outside of the fence. We're concerned with the assets on the inside of the fence. You are the asset. You have value. You are a valuable individual and a productive member in this society and in this world. Your story is going to help someone else when you recover. When you come out of it, someone's going to want to know how you did it. How did you do it without going crazy? How did you survive? People ask me the question all the time, and it's still a process. It doesn't matter how long you've been out the situation. When you've been truly traumatized, really traumatized, even diagnosed with PTSD or have PTSD or complex PTSD, it is a process. It is a daily process. You always have to keep your guards up, and then you have to remember that people that are on YouTube, the people that actually are not narcissists, that are doing narcissist videos on a daily basis, they have to live out what they're teaching. And so we teach you certain things, but at the same time, we got to live out what we teach you. And we come up against odds too. We come up against people trying to, hoover, people trying to stalk, a lot of times we have to put our guards up, because, it is a lifelong process. That doesn't mean that, oh my God, this is a lifelong process. I'll never meet anybody. That's not what I'm saying, because, you can meet someone and you're still going through a process of recovery. Every day is a new day, especially when you have been tormented, when you have been abused and misused, when some of the psychological damage that has been done, there has been brain damage, and I've got a video, go look it up. It's about brain damage. There is brain damage, but that is repairable. That happens when you go through domestic violence or this type of abuse. And this type of abuse sometimes is hard to explain to people because it may not involve physical abuse, but it does involve psychological torment. People have been tormented, psychological torment, sleep deprivation, your children being abused right in front of you. And then you're threatened if you try to help, or if you do help, you're abused even more, even physically, and the guilt and the shame that you have to live with some of the things that you've witnessed or gone through yourself, and why did I make this choice? We all make mistakes. Sometimes we make mistakes. We're human. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and you have to forgive yourself. So not just forgiving the other person, you got to forgive yourself. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this has happened. I can't believe my children went through that. But you lacked information. You were ignorant. And ignorant just means you were lacking some information. And you lacked information. We didn't have this information when we were going through what we're going through. And now it's almost like we're having to salvage. We have to go back and fix things. Listen, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be okay. I know a lot of you guys are going through court cases. I know a lot of you guys are struggling right now. I get it, because I understand what goes on in the courtroom. That is their playground. One of the biggest things that I'm going to tell you guys is make sure you guys go to Instagram or go on Google and go look up Judge Anthony Bompiani. Let me see. I'm going to show you what he looks like. Go check out Judge Anthony Bompiani. He was I think he was a family lawyer, and he was a judge that dealt with family court. And he understands how narcissists conduct themselves in the courtroom. And he gives out some valuable information. He has classes for nominal fees. They're not expensive. Sometimes he gives some free training to let you see what he talks about, and that he's very knowledgeable. But I highly, highly recommend you guys to check out Judge Anthony. Let me see, Anthony Bompiani. Let me show you his page. Judge Anthony Bompiani. This is what he looks like. Judge Anthony Bompiani. Go check him out. Can you guys see that? I don't know if it's backwards. I don't even know if it's really clear. Hopefully you guys can see that. Pull it back a little bit. Judge Anthony Bompiani. So it says Judge Anthony. It says retired judge turned consultant. Please go join his Instagram. Go look him up on Google. He got I don't know if he's from New York. I don't know exactly where he's from. He got a little mouth on him now. He do a little cussing and stuff. But the content is excellent. Go check him out. Go sign up for his classes. Contact him to get him to coach you through these court cases. I cannot provide you with legal advice on anything. What I can help you is get through the emotional part while you're going through the courtroom. I can, as a coach, I'll tell you what they're going to do. I'll tell you how they're going to act. I tell you how to handle yourself. I tell you what to do, what not to do. And then he will teach you about how to handle your case in court, how to file paperwork. For those of you, some of you cannot afford lawyers. Unfortunately, sometimes the narcissist has the money to pay for legal, lawyers, and some of those lawyers are narcissists and they don't mind. They're just as ugly. But I've got people on my caseload right now that couldn't afford to pay for their lawyer anymore and started representing themselves in court. And they're doing an excellent job. You hear me? They're doing an excellent job. And I encourage you guys to go check him out. Go look at some of the free classes, some of the free webinars that he does. And that right there will give you an idea. He knows what he's talking about. He will help you. He coaches you, has to know what state you're in to help you. And you can represent yourself in court. Trust me. I think there's another lady on here, One Mom's Battle. I think it's One Mom's Battle. If you guys know, just put it in the comment section. But One Mom's Battle, I think it is. Listen, she fought for 10 years to get her kids back, and she got her kids back, and she represented herself in court. So don't think it's that complicated. It's not that complicated. But you can't go into court in a legal place where emotions, I'm not saying emotions are not valid, but you can't go into a legal atmosphere, a legal place full of emotions. You come in there, this is a fact-based place. You can't come in there telling these long stories and drawing these big pictures and trying to get people emotional and getting them to tear up. And this is what happened to me. It's all about facts. I highly recommend Judge Anthony Bompiani. Go look him up on Instagram, Judge Anthony, or look him up on Google, Judge Anthony Bompiani. Sign up for some of his free webinars. Check out his classes. And trust me, he has some classes that he does from A to Z. And he'll even help you with payment plans. So if you can't afford all the class at one time, he will help you with payment plans in order to get these classes. And some of you guys need it. I'm telling you. And I'm going to hear some victory stories in 2022. You guys are going to let me know that your court case has been won. You guys are doing an excellent job. Hey, we're in this together. You got an awesome tribe here on Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Go check out my mother's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. My sister, it is, hold on, let me think of, is T on MPD and relationship. It's Telsha Edenberg is T on MPD and relationships. Go check her out. And us three, we kind of work together, sending each other to each other, sending people back and forth to each other. But you guys go check out our channels. Stick with us. Each one of us have our own particular style. Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, also known as Apostle Helen Sadler from Into His Chambers Global Ministry. Many years, 30 some odd plus years, of ministry. And she understands the biblical and spiritual perspective of narcissist abuse, or the narcissists themselves. Me, on the other hand, as a mental health professional, I can give you a lot of information experientially. I'm not a psychologist. My doctor's degree is Doctor of Education and Counseling Psychology with an emphasis in counselor education and supervision. And so I can give it to you from the standpoint of experiential, my personal experiences, clinical experiences, and what I've studied. And then Telsha, she's going to break it down to you. She's going to tell you like it is, and you have to pick which style you like. You can also go to Dr. Ramani. Dr. Ramani is a psychologist. She's also a professor. I can't think of what college she's in, a professor. And now they have courses that are coming out, training coming out for clinicians, for therapists, nurses, psychiatrists, psychologists, marriage and family therapists. We have to have continuing education every 2 years. And so they have come out with narcissistic abuse and gaslighting, and they put training together. And Dr. Ramani happens to be one of the instructors for that webinar for us. And I'm going to make sure to be there because I would like to hear her talk about it from a clinical perspective, speaking to us clinicians. So we have our own language. So she's speaking to us from the perspective of helping those that are victims or survivors of narcissistic abuse, especially and to recognize is when people come into our offices or use our service, we can recognize it and what to do to help people, with the depression, the anxiety, the PTSD that goes along with it. Me, on the other hand, I talk about it from the perspective of helping you guys as victims or from a survivor's perspective and giving you encouragement and giving you you information just in layman terms, not in clinical terms, but in layman terms to help you to understand how they think and how they operate and what they do and why they do what they do. And so I hope that you can get some information. Please also, those of you that are interested in coaching, my books fill up really fast. So those of you that are interested in coaching, you can go to, you can email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. Let me know that you're interested in coaching if you're outside the state of Washington, and I will send you my rates, my fees for services. Those of you that are in the state of Washington, email me. Let me know that you're in the state of Washington and tell me what insurance you are with, what insurance plan you have, so I can find out whether or not I'm in network with your insurance. Now, if you're on the outside of the state of Washington and you need therapy, you can go to betterhelp.com. I partner with them, and I do receive commission for referring people, but I myself am a clinician, and I highly advocate therapy, because I'm a therapist myself. This is what I do. I know what I see when people come to me, and majority of my caseload are people coming out of or coming out of or going through the courts with a narcissist, and the trauma that people go through. And it's, ladies and gentlemen, if you have never worked with a person in the mental health field dealing with this trauma of a narcissist, it can be very, very tiring. Very, very, very tiring. There's a lot of energy that is expended when you're working with people that have been so deeply wounded, because you have to have a lot of compassion and understanding. And a lot of times people coming in, there are different stages of healing, you know, a wound at different stages of healing. It takes a lot of energy. So when you're doing coaching, and especially mental health services, that's a lot of energy. So if you're outside the state of Washington, please go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, and they'll give you a 10% discount. You can also let them know if you're having financial difficulties. They will assist you. It's a nominal fee. I'm telling you guys, I'm really shocked at the fact that they don't charge that much, you know, for services through BetterHelp. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, how do you survive? You know, but you got a lot of people in different states too, so that makes sense, right? But BetterHelp is nationwide, even in Canada. You know, and so you can ask, you can always interview your counselor. Ask them if they understand about narcissist abuse, because now the term is being used. Do you understand about narcissist abuse? Do you understand PTSD? Do you understand the long-term effect of this type of trauma, and the trauma to my children, the aftermath, the gaslighting, the confusion? Do you understand this? Because if you don't understand it, I can't work with you. I need somebody that understands narcissistic abuse, and so ask them questions. You can ask them questions. I tell people all the time, when you book an appointment with me, you are welcome. Usually in the mental, on the mental health side of the fence, opposite of the coaching side, I tell them, ask me questions. Ask me questions to see what I know and what I don't know. And same thing, you have the right to ask questions. So please go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, and you can request a counsel. I don't want to wipe my eyebrow off while I'm on camera. I was about to scratch, and I had to think about it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm about to wipe the whole eyebrow. I'll just sit over here with no eyebrow on. But yes, go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. They give you a 10% discount. If you're having financial problems, let them know, and they will work with you. I really want to commend you guys. Hey, December 31st, 2021. And I got to get ready to get on camera, because we are doing our New Year's on camera. But I wanted to come on just to talk to you guys a little bit. I did not have an opportunity to come on this week, but I wanted to do, this is my last video for 2021. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, right? But this is the last video for 2021. I wanted you guys to know I care about you. I'm thinking about you. I want to wish you guys a happy New Year, a happy 2022. Let's enter into this thing strong. You got a tribe that loves you guys. I want you guys to get prepared. I'm getting ready to start getting with my team to begin the registration. I got to do all, I'm starting, January is going to be the time where I'm getting ready to start doing what I need to do to get the conference started for July. Some of you guys have already registered for VIP. You can go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.com. www.ticketleap.com, and you can go ahead and get your VIP ticket. Those that are VIP, because once it fills up, once I get the number that I'm requesting, I'm cutting it off. No one else is going to do VIP, and you're going to have people there. You're going to have me, Apostle Sadler is going to be there. Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, is going to be there. Telsha Edenberg is going to be joining us. My friend Bridget Griffin is going to be there. My good friend and his wife, Pastor Marcus Monroe, and his wife are going to be there. My sister's going to be there. And so you guys, for the VIPs, you will be joining us for an exquisite dinner in a very classy restaurant. Limousine services taking you there, and of course a meet and greet with us, so that we can sit down, we can talk, you know, at dinner, we can laugh. You get to see us behind, you know, what we look like behind the camera. You get to find out that I'm real short, but you get to meet us, get to hang out with us, you know, for the meet and greet and everything. And I'm really, really looking forward to the Atlanta trip in July. I'm really looking forward to it. And those of you that will be joining Apostle Helen Sadler, Dr. Hightower, and I will be joining Apostle Sadler. I'm supposed to be joining her in Hawaii in August. You know, if you can come out there as well, we'll have more information for you. But stay tuned. I'll be giving you more information. There's a class that I will be doing in January. It is one of the classes that I did, part of the July 2021 conference that I did, and that is parenting styles and attachment styles. And this right here tells you the type of parenting style you came from and why you have a particular attachment style that you have. And then even you as a parent, the type of parenting style you have, and, you know, the type of attachment style your children have. Sometimes children end up developing NPD, not from parents that have NPD, but sometimes parents that overparent, overprotective. You know, you're trying to love, you're trying to do everything opposite than what has happened, and sometimes they develop NPD. And so we're going to make you aware. Well, I'm going to make you aware. So you go look at overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com. Go look under the video. Just click on the information under the video. It has the information like overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com should be on there. And you can get your ticket for VIP as well. I still haven't added the video conference, so some of you guys may not be able to join us in person, but you can do the whole entire conference on Zoom. And that'll be a pretty decent fee. Don't worry about that, you know, and you'll be there the whole time. You get to interact. My big sister, Bishop Kathy Gibson, My Life is Intentional. She will not be able to join us in person, but she will be on Zoom with us, and she will also be one of my guest speakers. And so I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be really, really nice. I have family in Atlanta, and I have 2 grandchildren in Atlanta. One of my grandkids is in Dallas, Texas. The other 2 are in Atlanta. So that will give me an opportunity after the conference to spend a little time with my grandchildren. I got a lot of family in Georgia as well. So hopefully they'll be joining me for the conference. So you guys may see a lot of my family there at the conference. I'm really looking forward because I need to shop, child. I need to get some clothes. So I'm looking forward to it. So you guys have a very happy, safe, narc-free New Year. And I want you to know that we love you, the tribe loves you, and we're here for you, okay? So you guys have an awesome, awesome New Year. Go be great. Let me do my dance. You guys go be great. I love you guys. I love you guys. Happy New Year's from, I was going to give my church name. Happy New Year's from Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and the tribe and the family that you belong to. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting me all this time. I think next year will be going on my 3rd or 4th year. I think I have to go back and look, but thank you guys, because you guys, you enjoy what I talk about. You guys have supported me, and you guys don't know how much you mean to me. You guys make me think, even with the questions that you guys ask. You guys make me think, and I appreciate you guys. Maybe I'll come on live tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might be super tired because I'm already tired. We haven't even gotten to the new year yet, so I got to stay awake because I got to go on Zoom with my church so I can get my little champagne glass with my little sparkling cider, and so I can, and Happy New Year! I forgot to get my little blower thing and my little hat thing, my little New Year 2022. So, I mean, I'm going to get some paper and just set it on top of my head that says 2022. Now I'm just rambling. You guys have a beautiful evening. I love you guys. You guys be safe. And I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys next year, okay? And then if you guys can make it to Hawaii, let's see if we can go to one of those luau's. I won't wear no grass dress, and I definitely won't be wearing a bikini. So you don't have to worry about that. It'll be wrapped up. So you guys take care of yourself, okay? Go be great.